What is the deal with you and taking chances?
Tom Cruise!
What is the deal? I guess,
Good to see you.
You look real good.
So do you.
Thank you.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. You're my Tommy. Our first guest is
The most powerful movie star
In the world, ladies and gentlemen.
and a really, really nice guy.
whose Ray-Bans and body oil saved the movie business.
You seem to want to greet every single person in the crowd individually.
There's no one doing it like you're doing it.
Every magazine, every newspaper, every entertainment show. What's it like for you to be living through this?
Every day I pick up the papers, there's something about Tom Cruise in there going on.
When the great director Billy Wilder was asked, what makes a movie unforgettable? A little bit of magic. We're all here tonight or sitting at home watching because something came off a movie screen. A little bit of magic touched our lives. It's 1968. The movie was Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Space was existence. I was 6 years old, and I knew right then and there I wanted to be an astronaut. My family traveled a lot.
I was in New York and I didn't have money. I'd lost my job bussing tables. I was looking for another job. And so I went to see my family, hitchhiked from New York City to Jersey, walked out of the audition for TAPS, and I just thought, well, I'm broke. If I get it, I get it. And if I don't, I'll move on.
When you got your very first job, where somebody was actually going to pay you, doesn't matter what.
I remember when I got TAPS, couldn't believe it. I was put down the phone, jumping up and down.
We are going to have such a great year.
I was actually cast in TAPS. I had 2 lines in the movie. I guess I was 18 when I did TAPS. When you dream about something and then it's coming true, you can't believe it. And there's this sense of, well, if this is the only chance I have doing this, I want to make sure that I enjoy every moment of it. I remember laying in bed thinking, you know what, if I never get to make another one, at least I got to make one. If I never get to make another one, at least I got to make one.
The person who fits this role will have to be a movie star. When you find him, you'll know. Cast the best person for the part. And of course, that was Tom Cruise.
Every day I pick up the papers, there's something about Tom Cruise in there going on.
Tom Cruise was almost unknown. He had just made Risky Business. We had him on because he was a delightful young man with a wonderful sense of humor. And look what he's become.
Do you remember your life changing?
Yeah, I did. Right after Risky Business, it changed a lot.
The 2 movies that you've just done have catapulted you into enormous fame.
Get a guy like Cruise, they're total unknowns, but sell them as movie stars. Pretend that they're movie stars, sell them that way, and let the public come to you. You feel a tremendous amount of pressure and everything.
Who places the pressure on?
Who will place pressure on anyone but yourself? Each thing that I've done, Risky Business, All the Right Moves, TAPS, The Outsiders, I'm interested in my personal growth, what's going to make me happy, not how much money am I going to make, not what film is going to make me more visible. I do not choose a film looking for a result. I look for a result in terms of what am I going to get from this piece, what can I communicate through this piece, what am I going to learn, about myself, an actor, and does it challenge me? On what levels?
You're going to do a movie with Kubrick.
Yes. It's a thriller about sexual obsession and jealousy. He didn't pitch it, he just sent me the script. Well, I was going to make it anyway, because I wanted to work with Stan. As simple as that. I worked almost every single day with this man for 18 months. I'm in almost every single scene. It was an intense experience. And you find out things about yourself and things that you like, maybe things you don't like. And I was nervous. He was just extraordinary.
Now, one thing that's always been said about you, you are one of the hardest workers, everyone we've ever talked to, we've talked about it.
I found the movie. I decided I wanted to make a picture about Mission Impossible, and I found out that Paramount had the rights, and I said, let's go do it. Simple game.
Is he serious?
All the way.
It's exciting and nerve-wracking.
That's an order.
Why?
There was a physical element. That was a great challenge. Can I make it through this? How am I going to make it through this day? And also, the intensity of the scenes.
How long is it 10 more years? Is it 20 more years that you're going to be leaping off buildings?
I don't know, as long as I can do it.
In 5 seconds.
I said I want to have fat hands and I want to dance.
How on earth did Les Grossman happen?
It was one of those moments. I've known Ben for many years. We're watching a film and I said, what are you working on? He says, I'm working on this film, Tropic Thunder. And I started reading. I read this character and I went, okay. I said, this is fun. I said, I want to play this character. I said, I want to have fat hands and I want to dance. And he looked at me, he was like, what? He said, look,
are you sure why don't you just be you? Like, look like you and do. I said, no, man. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to play this character. He just called me, and he picked the music out, he edited this thing together, he was just pissing himself. And he sent it to me, he's like, okay, I get it.
Does it challenge me, and on what levels?
For me, the stunts are fun, but if we can figure out that story, because that's really the great challenge. All the other stuff is just so much fun to think about and prepare for, and it's a real challenge. But
it was amazing getting in the back seat of that F-14. It's so exciting, and the power that you feel when you're just sitting on a supersonic, machine. It's amazing.
Talk conceptually about the film, how we want people to feel, what the experience is going to be like, and to have that summer experience that I remember as a kid, and I still have them. When I go to, I can't wait to see, what's a summer movie,
What is the deal with you and taking chances?
Give me some examples. Really risky stuff?
Well behaved when you were growing up?
Yes, I was. No, I used to do stuff like I would just leave the house when I was 2 and just go for walks. I was one of those kids that, how I broke my leg is I was jumping off a house into a snowbank, and I missed a snowbank and landed on the sidewalk, I would climb trees, like I'd go to the top of the tree when I was about 3, 4 years old. I liked being at the top when the wind was going like this, and I'd climb all the way to the very top of the tree.
I love that even as a child, you thought that you were in an action movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I look at things like, oh, can I jump off that?
Even as a little kid, I did stunts. It makes me think, are you a bit addicted to the adrenaline of it all? Do you ever think that you need that in your life? Do you know what I mean?
No. For me, it's about storytelling, and I grew up watching, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd. They made me laugh, and they had tension. So these things that I want to really build stories around, kind of put the audience in the seat of those characters. I create a character, and it's all about the story of that character and creating almost an umbilical cord from myself to that piece of material. It's easy to start talking about the stunts. It's easy to talk about all the action sequences. And we're going to put that aside, and we're going to talk about the story. We're going to really work the story before we get into that stuff. Look, I do it because it's entertaining to you all. Do you know? I want to entertain you.
I think they're going to find out.
I want to entertain you.
It's one of the biggest movies of all time. It's worth it, man.
I just do what I do. I love making movies. I remember sitting there and thought, if I could do this the rest of my life, I'd be so grateful.
So you're still glad you became an actor?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Thank you.
And then last September came an event that would change us. An actor friend said to me, what are we doing? What are we doing? Is it important? Is it even important what I do? And what of a night like tonight? Should we celebrate the joy and magic that movies bring? Well, dare I say it, more than ever. A small scene,
We live in a cynical world.
a gesture, even a glance between characters can cross lines, break through barriers, melt prejudice. Just plain make us laugh. Brings us all together. That little bit of magic. That's just me. Good times and poor times, movies were my lifesaver. So pull up a sofa. It's just us talking. What do movies mean to you?